What up, DLLS Mavs Nation? It's your man, Kevin Gray, Mavericks beat writer Tim Cato, Mavericks analyst Bobby Carella. It is our Mavs watch-along live on DLLS Sports. We're here to watch the NBA Cup quarterfinal matchup between the Mavericks and the Thunder right along with you, so we'll be hanging out in the chat. We'll be right here as well watching the game. Let us know your thoughts throughout the course of the game as well. We'll have our post-game show immediately afterwards. Our national NBA insider Mark Simon will be joining us for our post-game show. But we're here to hang out with y'all and have some fun as the Mavericks look to advance to the NBA Cup semifinal in Las Vegas. So looking forward to a night of fun watching basketball between the Mavericks and the Thunder.
Hey, guess what?
What's up?
This piece of shit next to me said I could curse on air.
Oh, wow. We are off and running.
Strong, dude.
We are off and running.
It's going to be like that.
Just wanted to break the curse.
If it's
going to be like
I'm
that,
not
then it's
planning
going to be like that.
I'm not planning to
I didn't
drop a bunch
know
of them.
that's where you was going with that immediately.
But he said I could do
Yo.
it.
I thought you were going to say, like, guess what? I'm excited. But
Exactly.
no,
I thought he was going to just come in nicer, ease with it. Nope. He said we're going to
No, absolutely not.
All right, so
Okay.
here's the deal. I want to explain how this works. So we have TNT pulled up in our studio. Now, including the YouTube delay to you, we're about a minute and a half behind real time here. And because we were watching TNT, the game has actually already started. It is 8-2 with 9:53 left in the first quarter. Some guy on the Magic is about to shoot 3 free throws in a game. It must be related to point shaving. I have no idea why they called it a foul or why Gary Trent felt compelled to foul this guy because the game is over. So the game has already started. But basically what happens when it cuts the Mavs game, we will display the score bug and the clock. So you will know how much time is left on our stream to what we are reacting to as close to in real time as possible. You might, if you want to truly watch along with us, then you will need to stop your game for about a minute to a minute and a half and sync it up that way. The only thing I would ask as someone who is a bit of a basketball romantic is please no spoilers. Like if, the Mavs win at the buzzer or something, maybe pretend like you didn't see it if you're watching in real time or something like that, because we want this to be
Just
authentic.
don't bring it
and
to the
fun.
chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all we're asking. Like if you're going to be chatting with us and, react in real time.
Yeah.
Or analysis, thoughts, questions for us. If you're watching not live, all of that's good. Just don't use it as the reaction, feed.
Yeah. Ben, no, you're good. Ben, you're good. Now I am.
And if you hear moments of silence too, by the way, we're still here. We're watching the game along with you. So
yeah, we'll reset with this, or Bobby will reset with all of this at the start of every quarter.
Yeah, for sure. Like I already know the score in real time. What's really weird about this is I know what the actual score is.
Exactly.
So, and based on the YouTube delay, I am ahead of you in real life. All right, so you're seeing a delay. I'm getting the real-time score, but we're also way behind on our television. So I'm living in like the 5th dimension right
This is apparently the first NBA game of all time that has started on time. They're usually starting
according to who?
About right now.
It's truly a disgrace that TNT is making me watch this free throw contest at the end of this game.
Actually, they you don't have to necessarily watch it because the little bug came up and said that they started this game on NBA TV, so they forced the game over.
Yeah, but that's
they relegated the good NBA Cup game to not TBS, not True TV.
That's right.
NBA TV.
That's right. NBA TV.
No, it's definitely not worth switching. No. By the time we finagle the technology to make that work.
But for those who are wondering why they started the game over on NBA TV when the game actually started on time.
Yeah,
so.
but mercifully, this game is over with the same dude that got fouled on a 3-pointer bricking an 80-footer to make it a 2-point game. So
Milwaukee advances to the East semifinals of the NBA Cup. They will take on the winner of Atlanta and New York. So we may see a little
there's a tweet on my timeline that says, how do we get people jailed for how long this Magic's Bucks game
Oh my
is
God,
taking to
dude.
end?
Like,
Oh my
seriously, they have professionals that can tell the officials don't start the game yet. Like, that is totally fine.
It happens.
But I get it. OKC's got to coordinate tip-off with the start of the pregame prayer. So, like, you can't have the thing delayed.
What?
I also want to say, whichever TNT executive is making me watch some golf commercial instead of cutting directly to the game that
Are you
has
sure it's
like
not at a timeout right now?
big you what?
Maybe it's actually at a commercial break.
They should still cut to it and say, "Hey, we're at a break. We'll be right back.
That's
Don't
true.
go anywhere."
You
By the
don't
way,
want to
they
know
call
who's
it-
in the match? You don't.
I don't care about the match.
You don't
no.
care about the
they call
match?
it the
No.
invocation. Or that's not right.
Oh, they
What
call
do
it the showdown now?
What do they?
Oh, wow.
It's an invocation. Yeah.
Invocation. Okay. I was
All right, here we go.
Oh,
Hey, we're
there we
here.
go.
It's a tie game, so it's basically 0-0. Oh yeah. Tell me when. Is there a preview mode?
We're figuring this out. Klay Thompson just did a little spin on defense.
All right. Yep. Yeah, that's what you should be seeing. Sap and Espanol. So the Mavs were up 9-2. Now they're down 12-9. I've decided basketball sucks.
Well, since you went ahead and said that, the Mavericks started this game on what was an 8-0 run.
Oh, basketball really sucks.
And then the
Oh, you don't like that they went on an 8-0 run?
No. Oh yeah, no, I do like that.
yes, the Mavericks started on the game on an 8-0 run.
Is that where it needs to be, Tanner? Oh my God, that's really embarrassing. All right, no, that's good.
And then the Thunder went on what was a 12-1 run to take the 3-point lead that they have.
It is covering my face. I guess, is there a way to move it to the bottom left? All right, so it's 15-9. Basketball is officially the worst sport in the world.
So that means officially that the Thunder, who allowed an 8-0 run to start the game by the Mavericks, have now gone on a 15-1 run to take the 6-point lead, 15-9, with a timeout as Lou Dort knocks down a three-pointer to force a timeout.
All right, so Luka's 0 for 3, Kyrie 2 for 4, Klay 1 for 2. So that's that. OKC 3 of 5 from 3. Lou Dort's already taken 4 threes. That's pretty incredible. Shai 7 points on 2 for 3.
I mean, early indicates this is going to be a game of runs, it feels like, if that's going to be the
Pizza's here.
case. Oh, that was smooth.
Bobby's leaving. Bobby's leaving us.
Let us know, what are y'all eating, by the way? I'm just curious. What y'all eating for dinner tonight? I want to know in the chat. I had Wingstop. That was good. I had some good Wingstop.
You had a Wingstop?
I did. You got to hold the stream down for a second. by
What do
yourself.
I have to do?
I don't know. It's a commercial.
Why am I in charge of this?
Because you wanted to host the show. So.
I never said that once. Well, it's just me, so we're going to monologue. Just kidding. I could say nothing. But I am going to say, yeah, Bobby already gave up. Yeah, Bobby's just out. We may not see him again. He got that mad that the Mavericks went down that he's just like, fuck this. I'm done. It's over. It's so over. I don't know, man. I saw my buddy walking out of so I was walking over here from my apartment, and I'm like walking this. I'm like a mile away. But like literally my next door neighbor was asking me. He's a big Mavs fan. Enjoys what we do. I don't know. Maybe watching right now. I have no idea. Trent, text me if you are. But he asked me like, "Hey, who's gonna win tonight?" And I'm like, I don't know, man. It's the NBA. I mean, I think Kevin said that Dallas was, or the Thunder were favored in this game. Is that right, Tanner? Did you hear that too?
Yes, they were.
Okay, Tanner confirms that they're favored. I think with PJ, I would be. What are you looking at?
I said all rules are off. I'm gonna come over.
Oh
here
wow!
until they come
Oh
back.
wow!
Taking
We've got
Bobby's seat.
Tanner on set. This
You're gonna be here
is
till Bobby
wild.
Gets back, so you're not having to do this by yourself.
Well, I was doing great by myself.
No, okay. Well,
I
I'll
was
keep
killing
listening.
it.
No, keep going. Well, you
Yeah.
asked me a question, so.
But yeah, Tanner goes take a seat. There we go. But yeah, he was just asking me what's going to happen in this game, and it's like, sometimes games just come down to who like 3-point shooting variance. That's the like dirty little secret in the NBA. There was a really good article maybe 3 years ago. It was on The Ringer by Zach Cram, and basically anytime a team made, it was like 60% or more of their threes, they would win at like an 80% pace. Anytime they made 30% or less, they'd win at like a 20% pace. So it's basically like if the shots go in, you win. If they don't, you don't. Yeah. And Dallas has done a good job recently in mitigating some of that with their big man depth and all of that. But it's sometimes as simple as that. So Tanner, what this is finally coming to? Are they going to make their threes tonight?
I think so. I'm going to say yes.
Okay. What gives
good.
you optimism? Because we saw Kyrie Irving just miss a wide open one from the corners.
I guess I should go put the score back.
Okay, you can go ahead.
Score bug back up.
Score bug.
I can't even talk.
Yeah.
But yes, they're going to hit their threes.
Okay. Tanner is optimistic.
Yeah.
So I just want to put that on the record that Tanner, he's here for it. Daniel Gafford scoring. That's fine, dude. I could do this the entire night. The only thing I'm slightly upset about is like I was going to go grab my laptop at some point. So I do need to come back because I'm not going to leave the set empty. I am holding it down. You know your boy got this. I know Klay that made that shot. I really don't love how he leans and fades on all of his two-pointers. Like, I get that's kind of his game at this point, at this state of his career when he's inside the arc. But I would just like for him to find a little bit of a more efficient way to generate two-pointers if he's committed to doing that. They don't sponsor us, so don't put that on. Don't put that in camera.
Trust me. Ain't nothing free.
But yeah, it's Bobby. It's a tied game now. Just wanted to let you know. Although now it's not, very unfortunately. Tim without a laptop is like Santa without a beard.
Do you need some time to go get your laptop?
I'll go get it whenever I want.
Oh, okay.
I was just waiting for y'all to get back.
Okay.
This feels like a middle school lock-in. Like a youth group lock-in.
How can we connect these TVs together and play Halo on them?
I would like to play some Halo.
That's such a college thing to do.
All right,
I would like to do that.
Can I
college thing to do?
Can I
I'm
do?
just saying, I'm just-
College?
I'm thinking about
I
my
was
college
in middle
days.
school.
I'm
I
thinking
give a
about
ba-
my college days.
Can I give a basketball take for a second?
What'd you say?
You got to.
Oh, I thought you said something real smart, Tanner. I was
No,
like,
it's
hey,
not
man.
me. It's not me. It's that's
Relax, Tanner.
Tanner. We're at commercial. So
Is that Jeff in the
Hardenstein,
chat?
right before it goes to commercial break there, Hardenstein attempted a floater. Now, we talked about this on yesterday's show during the game preview, which is that, if you're a big man and you're a little too, especially when Gafford is in the game, Gafford plays a lot of drop. Lively occasionally plays drop too. If you're a little too excited about slowing down Shai or Jalen Williams or anybody else going to the rim, Hardenstein just kind of sits in that dead space on the floor, that like 8 to 12 foot range, which for most big men is not good. Like most big men, you don't want to, you're willing to allow them to shoot there. But guys like Hardenstein, guys like Bam Adebayo, hopefully Lively, eventually one day will be automatic from there. He's already really good at it. But there's a few bigs where you're like, man, I kind of have to worry about them there. And Hardenstein is one of them. Now he put a little too much mustard on that one. And the Mavs were able to get one back in transition there, but yeah, it's something to keep in mind throughout this game.
This has been a game of runs so far. The Mavericks started the game on what?
Jeff, can you calm down?
What's
I'm allowed to go somewhere.
Oh, okay.
I was getting my laptop, so
Don't let Jeff draw you offside.
I can send you slacks.
He literally drew
Something
you,
I can't do for my phone. I'm going to slack you right now.
He drew you offsides like a Dallas Cowboy, like completely. But anyway, the Mavericks started this game on what was an 8-0 run. Thunder responded with a 15-1 run to take a 6-point lead at 15-9. But the Mavericks have since responded with an 11-2 run of their own to take a 20-17 lead. So far, gentlemen, a game of runs in this first quarter as both offenses taking their turns, getting back up and down the floor on each other. So
I haven't seen a single second of this game, so I believe you.
it's been an up and down, high-paced game so far. But shout out to Jeff Kavanaugh. If you haven't checked out our DLLS Cowboys podcast,
Don't.
Why is Klay already
Why
taking?
would
If you haven't
tell-
checked it out, do not.
Why is Klay
No.
already taking 4 threes? Are they leaving
They
him open,
scare
or
me.
what's happening?
Say that again.
Why
Don't-
is Klay taking 4 threes already? Are they leaving him open? Are they double teaming anybody? What's going on?
That's a great question.
Weren't you sitting here watching the game,
Nope.
Tim?
Tim was.
What are they doing with Klay?
He took 3 of them before when the free throw bonanza was
Oh
happening
my
on
god!
the
All
other
right,
end.
I'll have to go back and watch him Clip Pro or something. I have a shirt on underneath this sweater.
Oh, you're not raw dogging like Clarence be doing sometimes?
I'm not a freak.
He's not an unk.
You hear that, Jeff? You hear that? Wait.
we're tripping.
What does he say?
If the Mavs get up 10, this one comes off.
Hold on.
too.
What did Jeff say? KG, which WWE, WWF, WCW player would make a good hooper? Oh, that's a great question. Wow, current WWE or AEW wrestler would make a good hooper. I'll go with. Oh man, I'll have to think about that.
You know,
Leo Rush would make a good hooper. He's kind of small though. He's with the AEW roster.
if there's one more reason you need to destroy algorithms and to overcome machine and to prove that conceding too much power and control and influence to machines is in fact a bad thing, it's that machine scheduled that Mavs last month of travel. That's thanks to computers. Daniel Gafford gave up a putback dunk because he was too busy contesting a layup. Like, man, it was already off the backboard. You got to stay home on Hartenstein. You got to stay home on Hartenstein.
Oh, what a pass by Luka. Oh, and then Klay smoked the three-pointer. Okay.
It's going to be putback city if you're contesting stuff around the rim. Like, you have to keep 2 eyes on him.
That was very fortunate.
Oh.
That was a horrendous pass. By the way, based off that last sequence, yes, it does appear that they're treating Klay as a help-off.
That's good to hear.
It's interesting. It's very bold. Based off how he's been shooting, including by the metrics on wide-open threes, it's not ridiculous.
I mean, they closed out hard, to be fair.
Jeff,
Yeah, but he was still the guy that he was still the focal point that they started helping away from and then got back out to. They're not daring him to shoot. But and I know you know this. But there is a difference between daring someone to shoot like Dallas did to Josh Giddey last playoff run and just this is the guy we're going to start our help off of on the weak side and then rotate back around to him. It could just be the scheme. It could be that Dallas is putting him on the weak side and OKC has a scheme currently that is helping off the weak side and daring the skip passes. I haven't been dialed in enough to see that just yet.
I mean, if Caruso going to continue to take and
could be
smoke
just
three-pointers, I'm cool with that. That's awesome. Carmelo Hayes, Jeff Kavanaugh, is another talented wrestler that would make a great hooper because Melo don't miss. Melo don't miss.
I guess we're like way ahead now again, or behind or something. I don't know. Whatever.
Trick Williams.
I'm not going to
well.
reveal the tricks of the trade. If you go back and watch the first 30 seconds of the stream, you'll see exactly how we're doing this. But
Did we say the word trick at the same time? Like, what's going on here?
maybe we did.
I think we did.
I mean, is there a way we can speed this back up?
We would have to pause. Oh, yeah, because we're behind, right?
Yeah.
So we could ostensibly fast forward, yeah.
I feel like this TV is behind now.
Yeah.
In a way that we can get it back up.
Risky proposition, brother. Technology and stuff. Can you watch TV on a sweater?
Watch TV.
All right, here we
on
go.
a Sweater.
Oh, maybe not. Here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
22,
Speaking
24.
of Dak,
That looks pretty
Dak
good.
has been busy clearly because he's about to have his second child within a year.
That's way better.
If y'all didn't see that earlier today.
That was nothing to do with help. That was just somebody biting a little bit, and Klay misses again.
He is wasting no time getting all these up.
Yes, Katya, we got pizza. You're welcome to come to the studio if you want to partake in some of it.
It's oven roasted Neapolitan with a thin crust and a light spicy honey glaze.
Stop lying to her.
It's got
Stop lying to her.
It's got prosciutto and just some beautiful Calabrian chili peppers. It's honestly one of the best pizzas I've ever had in my
Pepperoni and
entire
cheese.
life.
The day.
Well, that's the
Oh
other
my
one.
God.
The first one is.
Oh my God! Just
Hey.
hey,
Oh!
what would happen if I dribble it off my leg? Wouldn't it be cute? Like you can't do this against these guys, man.
What did we say during the pregame? You can't turn the ball
you can't
over.
Do this against these
You
guys.
can't do it. You cannot do it.
Can't do it.
As Mark Dagenhall.
Tanner, can you hide the score bug? Yes. Thank you. Are you able to do anything with that? So again, I was a little delayed getting the pizza and watching a bunch of NBA 2K creative players miss free throws at the end of that last game, but so far the Mavs have lost every 50-50 ball that I've seen, and they've committed a lot of really unnecessary turnovers. Not necessarily a harbinger of good things to come. On our stream, by the way, there is 1:15 left. And judging by Kevin's reaction to something, I take it whatever's about to happen isn't too good. Or are you spoiling?
Sorry, yeah. I'm trying to keep up with game notes, so when we talk about this game a little bit later on, I'll be able to kind of have a semblance of what we are going to be talking about. But yeah, I'm not too happy right now. Not too thrilled.
Well, that's good. So they're showing on Luka, which is kind of like token pressure. It's like a token double team. The screener man steps out and kind of literally you're showing yourself. Yeah, Luka, stop throwing those passes, brother. You're showing yourself, and then you're retreating back. So all you're doing is kind of delaying. It's like an aggressive hedge. And then the Thunder are rotating over on the weak side like a lot from one or two passes away. And so they're really making Luka have to work hard for everything. And so I guess out of exasperation, he's just throwing 70-foot turnovers.
And he's thrown 2 of those that have turned into turnovers.
Yeah, maybe the next one will work.
Because that's
Is that a little too zesty for the first quarter?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, the Mavs committed not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6 turnovers in the first quarter. The Thunder are plus 12 in points off turnovers. 7 turnovers to nothing. It's like, I say this every time the Mavs lose. It's like they're not watching our pregame show.
Because,
we said it.
And that was one of the points of emphasis I wanted to make sure that we drove home tonight because, Tim brought up the wild statistic about the way that the Thunder steal the basketball and the Mavericks.
Well, can I really quick? Sorry, I was chewing.
Yeah.
So usually they pipe it into the locker room before the game, but because they're in Oklahoma City, it was just sex noises.
Ah, that's right. Yeah.
What a callback. What a callback. What a callback.
Are you able to
yeah,
capture that or? Okay. What if I do this?
So, yeah, that's the end of the first quarter. Dallas down 32-24. Bobby mentioned it. The Mavericks turned the ball over 7 times in that first quarter, leading to what was 12 Oklahoma City Thunder points off those turnovers. And Mavericks, by the way, 0 points off the 1 turnover that the Thunder had in that first quarter. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, spectacular. Look, you're right, Bobby. They got to listen to our pregame show. We told you how well SGA has been playing over the last 12 games. He is picking up right where he has left off. 16 first quarter points for the Thunder. He goes 2 of 4 from downtown, 5 of 9 overall from the field, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, stuffing the stat sheet with 16 points, an assist, and 3 rebounds already in this game. The only guy in double figures for both teams.
Yeah, if you commit more turnovers than the other team makes threes in a quarter, then you're going to be losing. Like literally nothing else matters. Like it's really hard to be too reductive when you're talking about basketball because there's just so many events. Like there's thousands of things that happen in an NBA game that could become a good thing or a bad thing that you could do well or make a mistake on. But whenever you're not even giving yourself a chance to shoot the ball,
Yeah.
Nothing else matters. I'm not worried about how they're defending Shai. I'm not worried about Lou Dort. I'm not worried about any of these guys. I'm worried about the Mavs just saying, here.
Yeah, here's a free
Take it.
pass.
You can't do that. That's 5 steals, so 5 live ball turnovers, and then 2 dead ball turnovers for 12 points. It doesn't matter. Nothing else matters. You have to be able to at least get the ball in the air. And, for Luka to have 3 turnovers and just 2 points in the first quarter, you got to be better than that.
There's a comment that said Luka is not in OKC right now.
Accurate. By the way,
this is not a good start from
the Mavericks.
boy.
Oh, I'm sorry. By the way, the Mavericks, who had responded with an 11-2 run to take what was a 20-17 lead, were outscored in the final minutes of the period. What would be that would be, if I could do math, 15-4. That the Thunder outscored the Mavericks for the final remaining few minutes of the first quarter there. So. In fact, the final 5 minutes of the first quarter, the Thunder outscored the Mavericks 15-4 to take what is a 32-24 lead into the
Can't let the
quarter.
vibes be this bad. It's our first ever watch along. Let's go. This ain't a funeral. You're
7
down 8
more
after the
shots.
first quarter. Just take care of the effing. I can say it. Take care of the fucking ball and play some basketball. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Vibes are good. Vibes are good. Hey, whenever the Mavs don't turn the ball over, they're winning this game by 4. So just don't do that. And you're good. And everybody's good. There, I just said that on camera. I think the last time. I don't want to get used to
You know
saying
who's
that
going to
word.
be real jealous of you tomorrow? Clarence is going to be real jealous of you tomorrow.
Dude, Clarence has said worse on the Cowboys show.
Oh, man. Clarence, be ready, boy. Ready. I know he going through it, though, because his boy DeMarvion Overshown shredded his leg last night against.
Stop making the vibes bad.
I mean,
We should send him some Blue Chew.
What?
I don't know. Isn't that for
I
medical
literally
stuff?
just said DeMarvion Overshown shredded his leg, and you came back with give him some Blue Chew.
Yeah.
Start of the first quarter here on the Mavs watch along.
What?
It's second quarter.
Oh, yep. That's right. That's a good call. Good shout. Am I in a good spot? Oh, I've heard that. I've heard that one before. Don't you worry. I've heard that one so many times. It's never, it's never been my fault, but it just keeps happening to me.
Oh, Bobby. Do we need to have a therapy session on your relationships? Is that what you're saying?
We'll see how many turnovers they commit this quarter.
Okay. All right, cool.
But it's hard, right? Kyrie's trying to make a play, but
At
he just
11:15.
he throws it into traffic. He's trying to make a play, but so much of the Mavs offense is quick decisions in traffic against a lot of ball pressure. So you have to trust Kyrie and Luka to make those plays. I would rather a turnover be like that one than the Luka skip ahead one. But Kyrie's still got to be able to make that pass. You got to be better with the ball than that against the Alex Caruso defense.
Well, just trying to force skip ahead passes in transition against this team is not necessarily a great idea.
Mark Daigneault has a kind of raccoon-like face. I think raccoons are adorable. So that's not an insult for the record.
Oh, okay. So you're saying Martin Daigneault's face is adorable. Got it.
Kat calls it in the chat. Kat says Bobby hates turnovers
I'm
and
securing
stupid
my
mistakes.
masculinity.
It's so true. You guys
Just
can
saying
speak
it's
to
very.
that.
Looks like he goes digging for trash.
Wow.
Well, that's what raccoons do.
Yes, Bobby, we know that you hate turnovers like the plague. We know that you hate that.
Just play smart.
Wait, do you hate turnovers or the plague worse?
Turnovers affect my life more than the plague ever has.
Well, the plague is why PJ Washington isn't in this
and back to
isn't in this
Cleveland
game.
round. Right.
Box out, box out, box out. Don't just high point it. Box out. Like Kenrich Williams, the pride of South Dallas, get a rebound over you. You're Derek effing Lively.
So at this exact second, we just hit the 10-minute mark of the second quarter.
Omax just got fouled.
Oh,
No
we got to
call.
score back. Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
Shoot it right there.
That is a nasty attack there by, what was that, Grimes?
I mean, he had to. It was a shot clock.
I know, I'm just saying, it just, ugh.
Yeah, it's a very, very good defense they're facing.
Yeah.
Whoa, that was.
I missed it.
The fan sitting behind Jason Kidd has a very distinct look.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to make fun of anybody or anything, but this is a very distinct look.
It sound like you did already.
This needs to be a shooting game for Kyrie, not a passing game. Just going to say that right now.
Yeah, I don't quite understand the approach that he's taken to this game tonight so far.
I mean, you got Alex Caruso on you. It's pretty tough. That was neat.
See? Shoot. Like that. Little rip through, up and under, double clutch.
It's just tough, like, because Caruso is just, oh, wow. Caruso is just so much. I mean, he's in your jock, to use a Jim Corella expression. It's just hard to get anywhere, you know? So, like, your first instinct is to give the ball up, you know, or ask for a screen, but then you got ball pressure on you, and now you're trusting Omax to make a play.
Think he's going to make this.
Oh, let's go.
The chat was calling for the Omax Legacy game tonight. You might get some of what you're looking for.
Wasn't one of his best games last season of the very limited? No, it wasn't against OKC. It was
no, it was the last game of the year against OKC. He was good in that game. I mean, granted, they lost by 40.
That's true.
You can't do it. You just cannot.
Yeah, that's enough to.
Have you already lost your bet?
That bite of pizza tasted so bad.
Oh, sorry. You're what do we call it?
Just call it a pick 'em.
Pick 'em.
Or a pick. Or a play.
Again, live ball turnovers against this Oklahoma City Thunder team is just deadly. Like you
7 steals, dude.
You just can't do it.
Points off turnovers are 17-3.
Like we're gonna sound like a broken record talking about this, but I mean this is the biggest point of scouting when it comes to the Thunder team. Like you just got to try to do your best to protect the basketball. I mean, this is a team that gets a lot of deflections, a team that loves getting their hands on the basketball, and you got to find a way to just value it because otherwise they're taking it from you.
Proud vet in the comments in the chat asked, Hartenstein can take threes, but Lively can't. I mean, Hartenstein is 0 of 3 now, 0 of 4 on the season. I mean, I think realistically, if Lively was taking threes, it would be a pretty similar volume and, quite frankly, pretty similar result. I don't think it's about being behind the curve. It's about being. I don't know if Derek Lively. I think if you let him take 100 threes this season, I'm not convinced he would shoot better than 25% on them. And that doesn't change anything about how the defense guards him. And it doesn't really change your offense.
I mean, it's cool.
25% though? Like, do you think he could better 25? Do you think he could knock down? Like, he's still a 60% free throw shooter.
I think every time he hits a three is so cool that I'm willing to live with it.
Here's the other thing.
I'm willing to let him take 5 in a game.
Here's the other thing.
Shoot till you make one.
You don't just say, okay, we're going to get a Lively three this possession. You can.
Yeah, I'm not calling for a live. I'm not.
But you kind of have to. You kind of have to because
I like Elliot's attitude. He says I'll make all 100.
if you say Lively, you're at certain points within the scheme of our offense, you're going to be a spot up shooter, and if the ball gets to you, you have permission to shoot it. That means he's not at the rim. That means he's not in position at all times to, be an offensive rebounder to affect the game in that way. And so I do think, the only time it makes sense to me, because he is so valuable near the rim on offense, even it's offensive rebounding, but Luka can pick out a lob pass if you give him space.
That was nice.
And Kyrie Irving can too, as he just did to Gafford. But that, so basically you need to be running plays. Scorebug. You need to be running plays. And I would be fine with that. I'd be fine with every third game, early in the game especially, that you're running a 3-point play for Derek Lively. I'd be okay with doing that 15 times. And if he is 6 of 15 on those in the next 15 times that you run that play, or maybe you run it 8 times. If he goes 3 of 8, you do another 8. But it has to be that type of conversion rate. And I'm just not, the reason the coaching staff is not allowing him to do that is because they don't feel he's capable of doing that yet. And yes, I agree that Proud Vet. I totally agree that a lively 3-ball raises their ceiling. I'm just saying, like, I don't think it's a 3-ball right now. I don't think it's there. I think that we are at a point in the NBA that if a player can really shoot, and I promise you, knocking down 10 in a row, like literally even 10 in a row in practice is very different than knocking down, 4 of 10 in an NBA game when you're not getting them in rhythm, when you haven't taken a jump shot in, 12 human minutes, not basketball minutes, but like 12 human minutes and the rhythm and the mechanics and the shot isn't there. I think they just feel like you can't do that right now. And it's possible they're wrong. But I think in the context of knowing that they know more than me in this situation, I just don't think they think he's there, and that's kind of my assumption as well. Be fun if they get there, and I'm a little surprised we haven't even got an attempt this season. I am surprised about that. I thought by now we'd at least see a couple plays run for it, but I just don't think he's there yet. I don't think that Dallas needs him to be there yet. And I think if that comes in time, and certainly the hope within the organization is that it does come in time, there are people over the summer who were, talking up the fact that they do think he can be a 3-point shooter. I just don't think I don't think it's right now. It's something that is down the line, and when he's ready, when the team's ready for him, when he feels he's ready, and he is ready. Every time I ask him, especially early in the season, I kept asking him, when are you going to shoot a 3? And he'd be like, I'll do it this game. I'm ready right now. Of course. But he's a confident kid. He's also very accepting of the fact that he has not been given that green light.
Mavericks down 39-36 in the middle of a timeout right now. Mavericks have outscored the Thunder 12-7 in the first few minutes of in the near first 5 minutes of the second quarter here, as SGA leads the Oklahoma City Thunder with he's got the 16 points still that he had all of the coming in the first quarter. Klay Thompson
hasn't scored a single point in the second quarter yet.
Not
He's
yet.
choking. He's choking. Now, he hasn't played a minute either. He's ducking the Mavs. How about that?
Well, we'll see if he wants some more to smoke coming up here in the latter portion of this second quarter.
It is pretty funny that this has been a pretty miserable start for Dallas in a lot of ways. Down 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, if you could tell me that they gave up 12 points off turnovers and turned the ball over 7 times in the first quarter, but still are only down, 2-3 points, nearly midway through the second quarter. I mean,
good God.
Yeah.
My God. I just looked up from my phone and saw Daniel Gafford just face planting like at the 3-point line. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Okay. All right, we're good. Everything is fine.
Shout out to the nearly 100 of y'all watching us right now.
Yeah, tell your friends.
On the watch along. Yeah, go tell your friends come hang out with us. We watched the Mavericks take on the Thunder in the NBA Cup quarterfinal. The Milwaukee Bucks have already advanced to the NBA Cup semifinals on the Eastern Conference side of things. They'll take on the winner of the Atlanta Hawks and the New York Knicks. That game will be tomorrow. Meanwhile, of course, the winner of tonight's game will meet the winner between the Rockets and the Warriors later on this week. In fact, the semifinals are on Saturday in Las Vegas. So both semifinals will take place on Saturday, with the NBA Cup final being on Tuesday. So a week from tonight will be the NBA Cup final in Las Vegas. So
that guy tossing that ball to Kenrich Williams, that was like the best moment of his life. He put a lot of backspin on that ball too.
Every time a ball, I'm especially like pregame warmups or shoot arounds and stuff.
But that's not a threat, Kavanaugh.
And I'm standing around the rim and a ball bounces to me. This happens a lot at like practices. Like I'm at a Mavs practice and standing under the backboard, and a billion people are shooting the ball, and one camera's out to me. Every single time I'm tempted to do one of the little like spin passes where you throw it a little bit to the guys to the right, but you just, because I do that all the time in, like playing pickup by myself, or by myself, playing pickup with other
all your
people.
friends that are just off screen.
A lot of so imagine
Your
like
imaginary
it's
friends.
check ball up top, but you have the ball and your defender So you toss it next to your defender with a little English, and then it bounces right to the guy standing in front of him. It's a fun pass, you know. It's like very simple. It's not something I'm doing in games per se.
By the way, Luka Doncic checked back in at the 6:51 mark of the second quarter. So Mavericks getting him back in, taking the place of Kyrie Irving. Let's see how he performs.
Anyway, I return when the ball comes out to me. I usually return it with a simple bounce pass, usually a one-hander.
Right, Cat? Pick up ball by myself sent me. Yeah, exactly. I'm right there with you.
Well, you see, I'm playing 5-on-5, but I'm all 5.
I mean, it's
There's
just the
10
way
of me.
that you like let off with, you know, playing pickup ball by myself, you know, that kind of
It's
thing.
crazy. We tie every game because every player is of equal ability. They're all me.
That's all you. Got it.
A strong take.
And a foul.
The basketball gods reward controlled aggression.
Controlled aggression.
That's a
What about like planned aggression?
that's an MMA term that's used in
Controlled aggression.
in UFC fights.
It's important because, like, if you could
Controlled
just go,
aggression.
I mean, that's kind of the. Are they challenging this?
It looks like yes.
What a bunch of dorks, dude! Come
Yeah.
on.
It's flashing right next to Victoria. That must
God.
mean it's a challenge.
But yes, the Thunder are
Oh, what? It's a
challenging.
crime to know the names of people?
Tim, no. What? Yeah, right, exactly. Like, yo, like
Hey, it's good. It's good content.
I see.
Yeah.
Because
At least I didn't curse at you like I did Bobby.
yeah, you was wild for that. Like, you just came out the gate just dropping them. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what we're doing tonight. Got it. Cool.
Bobby update. He's getting another slice of pizza.
Okay, so real talk, who watching this Walmart commercial that got Busta Rhymes out here just doing his thing? Okay.
You think I watch commercials that aren't Blue Chew, Shady Rays, Empire Today, Rugged Road?
I like how you started with the Blue Chew. Is that the one you think about a lot?
Lou Dorks from T. Lou. That is a good one. That's a good one.
I'm just appreciating Busta Rhymes doing
Just
this
LU
commercial.
though, and the only reason I correct that is that when you spell it LOU, makes me think of Lou Will, and I don't want anybody to misinterpret this as a Lou Will criticism. In this household, we love Lou Will.
I got a question for y'all WNBA fans out there. Would y'all trade Arike Ogumawale for Jewel Lloyd?
No.
You wouldn't
I
do
don't
that?
know enough. I don't know Jewel that well. I think Arike is a little Monte Ellis. That's my concern. It's just like the inefficiency is like can she scale down if I have not.
Jewel, she likes to get them up. Like, she likes to get the shots up.
Okay.
I mean, primarily for a while that she kind of had to.
Talented player, obviously. She's great.
Yeah. Jewel's
Yeah.
a great player. But Jewel's requested to trade out of Seattle, so
Yeah, but if you're sorting by FG percentage, 3P percentage, or EFG
Woo!
percentage, then you're going to be scrolling.
Mark W says no, he's not trading Arike for Jewel. Okay, cool. I've heard incredible things, Elliot, about the Lou Williams lemon pepper wings at Magic City. I'm trying to find an excuse to get to Atlanta so I can try some of those.
Why'd that guy need a blowtorch if he's digging for gold? Also, why are we making gold shows?
Also, question.
Is gold making a comeback?
I don't know. You know, speaking of like westerns, have either one of you watched Yellowstone?
No.
Oh, that's a hard. Okay, all right,
just
cool. Cool, got it.
Sheridan just recorded a TV show downtown though. An
Okay,
episode.
so he has a new show. I forget.
Yeah, they shut down my whole block.
Oh, Taylor Sheridan shut down your whole block?
Yes, I walked outside to go pick up stuff, and I had to walk around a TV set.
Oh, wow.
Get the fuck out of my neighborhood. I live here. My home is not your prop.
Yeah. This back in 2013 or maybe 2012. It was a while ago.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wait, can I say the kicker?
Yeah.
They were filming in downtown Dallas to pretend it was New York City. And they had brought in NYPD cars. They had brought in New York taxis.
For the
Spinning
wings,
image.
Cam,
They
relax.
were literally going around with like the cars of the extras that were making up everything. They were putting fake New York City license or New York State license
Oh,
plates
yeah,
over
Landman.
the Texas license plates.
Oh, wow.
It was wild. Anyway, sorry.
That's
No,
the
you're
show
good.
with Billy Bob Thornton in it, correct?
Yeah, I was out to dinner with someone back in the day, and whenever we went in, everything was fine. And then whenever we came out, it was like a zombie apocalypse in downtown. Like there was like 10 people with like blood all over their face and stuff, and we were like,
Okay. Like, what's the problem?
Yeah, we have some of that funny food or what? And then like we kept walking. There was a tent, a bunch of extras. They were filming something, but yeah, that was quite the surprise.
By the way,
We got a little push going. Let's go.
By the way, the Thunder lost that challenge. By the way,
Good.
So
Wasting our time.
Quentin Grimes made both free throws, and the Mavericks on a little bit of a run here. Najee Marshall knocking down a 3 to pull them within 2 at 44-42.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going to shoot a zillion % on threes, then it's kind of just GG if you're going to turn it over that much. Like, it's just tough.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Oh, that was a 2. I thought that was a 3 by Grimes. Okay.
All right.
So just trading jumpers right now.
It's Kenrich Williams is 3 for 3, and you're going to do the customary thing as disgraced chess grandmaster Vladimir Kramnik says, let's start the procedure. Kenrich Williams this year is 43% on threes on 30 attempts total. So this dude has taken 1 3 a game-ish. Or 2 a game, sorry. He's 3 for 3 already.
Oh, that was a huge foul.
Yeah, that's a foul. I know, Ben. Stop the press as Quentin Grimes make free throws. I know, right?
God, that pizza was really good. I'm really glad that we got pizza because I was about to just eat chips for dinner, which, hey, no shame. But I need 3 hours of fuel here or more if it goes to overtime.
I know,
I'm
about to go
surprised
get
you didn't
this-
eat before.
I'm about to go get this energy drink here in a second. Probably halftime. Give me a little
I'm-
boost.
I got all the energy drink I need in this unlabeled can.
The unlabeled can.
They don't sponsor us, so I can't shout them out, but I will say this is an SMU-themed beer.
Shout out to SMU in the college football playoff.
Well, no.
what?
What?
They're not North Texas.
Oh, relax, Tim. Jeez, relax.
They're the inferior Dallas program. This,
Oh, my God. Grab the ball.
but in terms of representing North Texas, I think nice
There
shot.
you go. Grab the ball. Keep it high.
High
Well, the-
point it.
Well, the fact that SMU was able to
Joking. You
still
just-
get a at-large
You just said don't do that.
spot in the college football playoff after smoking the ACC championship game, good for them. Congratulations to Rhett Lashley getting a contract extension as well for SMU.
No. Oh, my God. That is brutal. Oh, my God. That was so bad.
So I didn't love that shot from Luka.
God. Everything about the last 45 seconds.
Didn't love that shot from Luka, but on the flip side, I literally said on the pregame show that I think I think it might have to be a shot making night. I just wish that the step back 3 could come with less than 17 seconds on the clock.
Less
Or
than
14.
21 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a quick action, but yeah, he had just touched that ball. That was very nice from Najee, though. As I also said in the pregame show, it's possible that like Najee has proven like no, you can't actually build a team, but like he on any given game he could replace that.
Oh, you got to stop turning the ball over.
On any given night, he could replace the shot making ad that you normally get from
Like, you
Luka or
can't
Kyrie.
do it. Sorry, Tim. I'm sorry. I'm getting upset. I'm getting really upset.
This is horrible,
this is how,
dude.
This is how KG is.
This is horrible.
Because, again, like, the thing that we cannot stress this enough. You cannot turn the ball over and carelessly just give it up to Oklahoma City. They're going to make you pay.
But if you're going to do that, here's what you don't do. Just not get back on defense at all. And, like, you have Luka and Kyrie not switching, not communicating, nobody's doing anything, and you got Guy taking wide open corner 3. They've taken 26 threes in, what, like a quarter and a half or something? How much time is left?
3 minutes.
Yeah, okay. So they've taken 26 threes in the first 21
They're on
minutes of
pace
the game.
to take 63s.
And like almost all of them have been wide open. Like these are uncontested threes. That's really bad, man.
Dallas is a little lucky they're only 11 of 26, to be honest.
8 steals for the Thunder already. 10 turnovers for the Mavs, 11 because they have a team turnover, and the Thunder have 20 points off of those 11 turnovers. 20 points off 11 turnovers. You guys tell me if I'm being too negative. That's really bad.
And this is all offense right now. OKC, they have not been blistering offensively. I'm
No,
checking,
they have not.
They're shooting 40%.
Yeah, and I'm checking like
Mavs are shooting 50%.
Dallas's turnover percentage for the entire season right now, it's like 26%. So 26% of possessions are ending with a turnover. That would be in the first percentile of every NBA game this season.
Bro, so more than one out of every 4 possessions is ending in a turnover?
Correct.
My gosh.
Yes,
It's
it's first
disgusting.
percentile, so as bad as it can possibly
The
be.
cool thing is that every single one of them is more obnoxious than the previous one. So, like, it's getting funnier as it goes on.
Dallas is 62% effective field goal percentage. When they actually take shots, they're going in.
Yeah, when they're not giving the ball away.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God, dude. I don't know if they actually count that. No, they didn't count that as change of possession, which they should have. They should have.
Maybe? I'm not sure.
Dude, he had full hand on the ball, scooping action. We saw, I think it was Scott Foster make that call.
They
in the
call that
recent
change
game.
of possession? I don't love that. Do you think it should be called that way?
I just think that it shouldn't be.
I don't
up for
understand.
debate. There needs to be a rule.
So Klay Thompson, because he is called, often rightly so, the second best shooter of all time, and because he came from a 2010s era,
That's
thinks he has a license to take like 22-foot two-pointers. No.
How?
In the modern era, Klay Thompson doesn't get to shoot 22-foot two-pointers. Nobody does.
Well, there's 8 seconds left of the shot clock. What do you want him to do?
I would like
Run a
him
pick and
to.
roll?
I would like him to curve, to angle that run so that he's behind the three-point line, just like every other player in the NBA does.
Yeah, I don't know if that was practical on that one.
I don't know.
22
Can you at least
points off
admit he makes
turnovers.
a habit
now.
out of this, though.
He did. He takes a lot of long twos.
Yeah, I don't love it.
22 points off turnovers now. Oh, it's still 22. Oh, good rebound.
Lou Dort just ripped the ball away from Luka, allowing Hardenstein to get a.
You got to be
and
stronger with the
one.
ball,
You gotta-
man. There's no
yeah.
excuses. You got to be stronger with the ball. Like if y'all are gonna
Like
get,
Najee was right there.
if you're gonna be, if you're gonna flex so hard on these guys that you got Tim McMahon talking about Nipsey Hussle on national TV, like you have got to be stronger with the ball. You know these guys want to beat you. You were talking mad shit about them and treating them disrespectfully in their own home after you humiliated them a couple weeks ago. You got to be better than this.
That did kind of look like a mid-shot flop for me.
Absolutely, it was.
Yep.
And just like whenever he got stripped in the backcourt, he fell down. You got to be stronger.
Marshall is a really good player to have against a team like this. Obviously, he's been great so far tonight. What is he, 5 of 5 now?
Did you know that was going on?
I did not know. I think he's now 6 of 7 now.
Ah.
No,
The
I
knife.
hadn't checked. Yeah.
The
I
knife.
thought he was 5 of 5. Yeah, he's 6 of 7 now.
14 points in 8 minutes. Jesus.
Yeah, Marshall's not been
Kids
the
are
problem
watching.
tonight. Yeah, he's been.
Marshall,
he's been great.
so Marshall, big, broad frame, which means he can mitigate a lot of the ball pressure. He's also not being doubled. He is very quick and decisive. He doesn't give them time. He doesn't.
Come on, Klay.
He doesn't give Oklahoma City time to really double and pitch down on him, and he's so broad they can't really get around him. And then also he's shooting before he gets to the basket. So like, there's just so hard for a team that is incredibly good at stealing. Getting their hands and getting ball pressure.
That's pretty good defense by Luka
That was
O'Shea
a
there,
lot
though.
of dribbling to take a 19-foot step back and then offensive rebound. Yeah.
Again, if Caruso's going to take threes and smoke them all night, cool.
You're dodging bullets left and right now.
Cool. I mean, the fact that the Mavericks are only down 3 with less than 40 seconds left in the second quarter is pretty amazing.
They're showing 2 on Kyrie. That is, it's the same game plan as before. Oh my God.
Yeah, lively.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Their hands, it feels like each one of them has like 3 hands because every time the ball is
Pretend
near.
this is the ball. Do this with it. Grab the ball and hang on to it. Holy shit. I feel like I'm losing my mind.
You are, and I would be too. If they,
I love butter. If I have too much butter on my hands, I will lick it off. I will eat the butter and then grab the basketball.
What just happened? What? Looking.
I feel like it's a touch like this. A lot of people have been
That's too much dribbling, Klay.
have been stripped by
I don't care. They've been
Alex
stripped
Caruso.
37 times in this half, dude. Grab the ball.
I'm just saying that's not one that I thought was egregious. Or
It doesn't
anything.
matter. It's happened. That was the 37th time it's happened.
We have reached halftime at Oklahoma City.
11
the
steals.
Dallas Mavericks
Sorry, 9 steals.
down 57 to 54 at halftime as the Mavericks
Yeah, 9.
And they've all
outscored the
looked the
Thunder
same.
by 5 in that second quarter there. The Mavericks, by the way, hold Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to just 2 points. And at that second quarter, he leads all scorers with 18 at halftime, going 6 of 12 from the field. Meanwhile, Luka Doncic, Najee Marshall, 14 first half points for your Mavericks, going 6 of 7 from the field. Also had 3 rebounds in that first half. Klay Thompson, the only other Maverick in double figures with 11 points. He is 3 of 7 from downtown. But to Bobby's point, the Thunder playing with a lot of physicality when it comes to Kyrie Irving. Multiple guys on him every time it feels like he is touching the ball. He goes 3 of 5 in the first half with 7 points. Luka Doncic, 1 of 7 from the field, 0 of 3 from the 3-point line, 2 points, but the big number, 4 turnovers in the first half from Luka Doncic.
His number on Sleeper was 4.5. And I was like, God, that's a lot of turnovers.
Yeah.
Well,
As Matt, as Cam, as Mark all say in the chat, and probably a few other people, it's incredible. Dallas is only down 3.
Yeah.
That was not a good half from them. That was a very sloppy half.
major
They did
W.
Offensively, outside of the turnovers, lot of great shot making. But you can also say outside of Luka, like Luka was everybody else really good job, getting downhill, getting to the line, making threes for the most part. Pretty impressive stuff. I think defensively, you feel like you are pretty lucky that Oklahoma City missed more shots than you might expect them to miss in the second half. So,
I mean,
that
Oklahoma
offense
City
has to be better. The offense was not good enough, and it was good in a lot of ways. Can't turn it over. You've got to make sure you are not throwing away possessions for yourself.
I mean, if you shoot 50% in the first half from the field and 41% overall from 3, you feel like you would have a pretty decent lead, at halftime. But again, the difference in this game so far, I mean, your 2 stars going a combined what is 4 of 12 from the field overall, but the biggest number is the number 18. Oklahoma City is a plus 18 when it comes to points off turnovers.
It was an even bigger number for OKC last year.
Yeah, so if you can cut down on the turnover problem that was in the first half, then you can figure out a way to keep yourself in this game. But let us know your thoughts from the first half as well on what you liked, what you didn't like from the first half. I see a proud vet, Najee Marshall. I started the campaign for the most improved player award for Najee Marshall, continuing to further my agenda so far in this game. He's probably been your best Maverick offensively. Tanner, what else we got in some of the comments from folks on what they liked and didn't like in the first half? Why does Luka only have 2 points? Because he missed 6 shots and took 7 of them.
6 misses and 4 turnovers. I mean, now again, so I want to do I'll do some serious basketball analysis right now. They're showing against Luka in the pick and roll. Showing is like a soft double team or an aggressive hedge. It's like you're playing halfway in between normal and aggressive. What that does is it's just enough to prevent him from turning the corner. It's also enough to encourage him to want to pass. Luka generally, outside of step back threes early in the clock, doesn't force any offense for himself. Like the early step backs are really his only way of guaranteeing he's going to get a shot off. Otherwise, he's going to make the right play virtually every time down the floor. So when you're showing, you're going to see him make these laser beam passes over the top to Lively or Gafford, like at the dotted line, the dotted arc inside the free throw line, like about 10 to 12 feet away from the rim. And then that guy's going to have to turn around and either score or read the floor and make a pass. Or what you're doing is Luka's turning the corner and he's kind of having to wait for the guy that's showing to go away. And now I'm ISO'd. But that takes like 5 seconds. and all of a sudden it's later in the shot clock, and now you're ISO'd against the same guy you were trying to get a screen to get off of. So OKC is not cooperating with Luka or Kyrie on these screens. They're hard doubling Kyrie. They're forcing these guys to dribble further from the rim. They're forcing them to give the ball up early in the play clock and making it tough for them to get the ball back. They're making it impossible to get a favorable switch. The one time in the first half that I saw Kyrie get a matchup against in a favorable situation was when OKC, after a couple screens, switched Kenrich Williams onto Kyrie. Kyrie hit him with a spin move, went left, found Gafford for a lob. Daigneault called timeout immediately, and it has not happened since then. OKC is very well coached. They're defending very stubbornly. It's going to be really, really tough for Luka and Kyrie to get good looks off of makes, which is why giving them a fast break layup 15 times so far in this game is so catastrophic, because not only are you costing yourself potential points, not only are you giving them 2 or 3 free points and demoralizing everybody in the process, including me right here live on the internet, but crucially, you are then forcing yourself to break down a set defense once again. You have to keep this. It's not momentum. It's this flow to the game. You have to score and force a miss. You can't come down, live ball turnover, lay up. Everyone's mad. You're dropping your shoulders. Oh, my God. All right, let's get the ball in bounds, guys. Okay, thanks. Oh, my God. I just turned the ball over, and I'm mad at myself, and now Alex Caruso is hounding my ass 90 feet from the rim. This is going to suck. You don't get the ball beyond half court until there's 15 and a half seconds left in the possession. Now you're trying to get a switch. Now it's not happening, and you do the whole dance over again. Like, it is a very demoralizing way to play basketball. So you have to at least get a shot up. You cannot do you know what? You can just take it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's holiday time. You appreciate the gifts. I mean, one of the things that the Mavericks have been really good at when you look at over the last 12 games, I mean, they're a top 5 team in offensive rating, and that's allowed them to get their defense set. When you're able to get quality shots, you're making those quality shots, you're able to get back on defense and really be able to get set and be able to make some headway there, because they're obviously in the last 12 games as well, top 10 in defensive rating. So the offense and defensive sides of the ball, we talk about complementary football. When it comes to football, it's the same way with basketball, complementary basketball. You're playing well on one end of the floor, it usually helps you on the other end as
Can I say
well.
one more thing?
Yeah.
All
you
right,
looking for?
I'm going to treat this autographed Dallas Cowboys hat as if it's a basketball, or the helmet. Hang on.
Now, don't smudge the signatures on there. Okay. Yeah, you want to wipe your hands off? You got a paper towel or something? Yeah.
I'll do the Mavs hat.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. This is a Mavs show. That works.
This is the basketball. All right. This is an NBA Finals 2024 cap. All right. If you want to go back to the finals, you're probably gonna have to beat this team in the playoffs. Odds are, right? Unless someone else does it for you. If this is the ball, there were a few times that Gafford and Lively, and one time that Najee got stripped in the first half. Just ball ripped, poked right out of their hands, oftentimes by a smaller player. Let's pretend that this microphone is a defender.
Please be careful with that.
I'm Derek Lively. This is Alex Caruso. Should I hold the ball here?
Probably not,
Why not?
because it's liable to get poked away from you.
Exactly. So where should I hold the ball?
A little higher.
Tell me when.
About right there.
What
Strong.
about if I just did it right here?
That's good too. Yeah.
It's all details. Now, again, like Tim made a good point.
What are
He
you
said
doing,
he
Cam?
said Alex Caruso does that a lot. All right. So how mad can you possibly be that an NBA player on the other team is also very good? And that's a great point. Alex Caruso is really good. He is kind of a one-of-one defender. He's got very strong hands, very quick hands, very good anticipation. He does poke a lot of balls away. That's what a scouting report is for. You have to adjust to your opponent. If the Thunder, including Caruso, especially Caruso, but also Dort and Cason Wallace and Shea, if they have a bunch of guys that are 6'4" that are going to swipe it and poke it and bat it and punch it, treat like your Peanut Tillman on the edge in a screen.
Hey, again, with the football stuff, you're not beating the
Have
allegations.
you noticed so many guys are punching the ball now? The
No.
peanut punches everywhere.
Yeah, it's a great play, but again, you're not beating the allegations that you don't know football. Like,
I
you gotta
don't know
stop.
football.
You got to stop.
I just read about it in Wikipedia.
Like,
You have to keep the ball up. This is a game plan specific situation. There's 29 opponents in the league the Mavs face on a schedule. 27 of them, 26 of them don't have a guard that can do what all of the Thunder guards can do.
Yeah.
That's what makes OKC so uniquely good is all of their guards are so good with their hands. So you have to adjust to that. You have to get the rebound and keep it up here.
Yeah,
don't
you can't
bring
break it down.
You have to. If you're Luka and Kyrie threw a pass at Gafford's knees and it got stolen.
Mm-hmm.
If you're those guys, give it up top.
Yeah.
Throw it high. Know your personnel. Know your opponent. Know the matchup. Know the scouting report. Like, this is so important. I'm not doing this like, I know this is so like, explain it like I'm 5.
Well, we talked about it during the pregame show. Like, the fundamentals in a game like this are that much more important because of how active the hands are of Oklahoma City. Again, we're not trying to give you Oklahoma City propaganda here. We're just trying to give you exactly what is known to be the strengths of this team, which is they like to turn you over. They like to get deflections. They're very active with their hands. They got lengthy guards that can get their hands on the basketball. They like to turn you over in transition and get easy transition points. They're doing the thing that they always do against everybody.
They force turnovers 19% of the time.
Yes.
That's almost 1 out of every 5, which at this point in the game, the Mavs are roughly on pace to do. They're roughly turning it over about 19 to 22-ish% of the time. I need to do the pace form or the possessions formula, and I don't really want to right now in my head because I forgot it, and also I'm holding a hat, treating it like a basketball. But that's the thing. I don't mean to be patronizing and like, Derek Lively, hold the ball by your head, not your hips. Like, I don't mean to be like a douchebag about it, but like, you have to know your opponent. You have to know these guys are going to poke it away. I'm going to keep it up here. I'm just going to keep it up here. When I go get a rebound, I'm going to keep it up here. When I catch a pass, I'm going to put it up here. Like, you have to keep the ball where those guys can't get it, because the flip side of this, the Thunder foul a lot. They foul so much because they're very, very aggressive. Their greatest strength is also their Achilles heel in that their guards are super physical. They swipe a lot. They punch and poke and rip. So if you keep the ball high, especially if you're able to pivot a little bit, tuck your elbows in and pivot around, you will probably draw a bunch of cheapies, and then they're going to be less likely to do it the next time. So just keep it high. That's like the number one adjustment for me. Keep it high, throw it high.
So let's start to look forward to the second half here as the Mavericks down by 3, 57-54. Really appreciate all of you joining us here on our DLLS Mavs watch-along as the Mavericks are trying to clinch a spot in the NBA Cup semifinals. Down by 3, Mavericks had 2 guys in double figures. Najee Marshall, big first half for him with 14 points. Klay Thompson with 11. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander leading all scorers with 18 points in the first half. Thunder shot 11 of 31 from the three-point line at 35%. Mavericks shot 7 of 17 for 41% from 3. Thunder shot 38.5% overall from the field. Mavericks shot an even 50% in the first half. So let us know in the chat as well what you're wanting to see adjust for the Mavericks in the second half. Before we start the second half, what do you guys want to see the Mavericks do better against the Thunder here?
Keep ball high. Sorry, Pepper Squad, if I'm a little too lame for you. My bad, man. I'll try and zhuzh it up a little bit next time. Let me know what you like.
He's a little too lame for me too, but
Who, me?
yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah. I mean, it's the unnecessary turnovers. Like, nobody's upset that they turned it over. You're going to do that against Oklahoma City. You guys were talking about this a little bit. But there are some unnecessary ones. You go into the second half, they turn it over 11 times. You try to cut that in half. 5 turnovers. 5 turnovers in the second half gives you a real good chance.
12 team, but yeah. I think they had like a shot clock violation or
Gotcha.
something.
12 teams. Okay, then 6. I would if I'm Dallas, I would take 6.
Oh, dude, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That is 6 more possessions. When you're shooting 60% effective field goal percentage, that is right there about 11 more points, right? Did I do the math right? 10 or 11 more points.
Ish, yeah. I mean, think
on
about it
average
this way.
if you keep shooting that way.
Conversely, if you try it again, if you test your luck again, OKC was only 2 of 8 on fast break opportunities, on fast break field goal attempts. So like if you give them open floor shots, they will make them. Like they'll regress. So it's a battle of regression.
Positive regression.
Who's going to play more like themselves? Either the Thunder, who average 1.3 points per possession off steals this season, but have not done that tonight so far, or will it be the Mavs, who are one of the best turnover teams in the NBA in terms of not turning it over?
Jeff, if the Mavericks win this game by 30 points, I will take 30 fireball shots on the postgame show.
Oh my gosh.
That is.
Will
There's
you
not
live
even
to tell
fireball
about
in
that?
there.
Oh, we're out?
Don't worry. I can go home and get some soju.
And
no,
don't
Pepper,
worry,
Pepper Squad,
Kavanaugh,
you're good, dude.
look,
Pepper
if you're
Squad,
gonna do
I
that-
wasn't yelling. We're all having fun here.
By the way, if you do that, I'm sure Kavanaugh will drive up here personally to give you some Fireball in order to do that if we don't have any more.
Although it is the ultimate, like, I'm going to insult someone, and then whenever they acknowledge me, I'm going to say, oh, no, I was just having a good time.
We're all friends with
We're
everyone.
wearing UNT colors. Not
That's a good
Wicked
point.
Or Wicked colors.
No, once I took the hoodie off, we're not
No, we're wearing
Wicked colors
UNT
anymore.
Oh,
colors.
okay. By the way, over 120
I see a
people
UTV
watching
color.
live on our DLLS Mavs watch along. Really appreciate you. If you're new here,
No, in all seriousness, if you're in the chat hanging out with us, you are my best friend.
It's
Genuinely.
true. It's
like,
true.
There's no reason that you got to be hanging out with us. Like, you're a real one for that.
I love
so make sure you
soju
like,
so
comment,
much.
and subscribe while you're here as well. And if you're new here, you can join our DLLS Sports family by becoming a diehard member as well. So we'd really appreciate you if you did that. You could become part of our nice family here at DLLS. We're nearly 12,000 subscribers as well here on our DLLS YouTube channel as well. So we're growing like crazy here.
Can I do a beauty of perspective thing
Sure.
before this starts? So Mavs fans, the general consensus in chat is turnovers suck, but despite that, the fact that they're only down 3 is incredible.
It's
right?
great. Yes.
On the other side of the hallway, OKC is saying we forced so many dumb turnovers by them, and we're only up 3. Guys,
They're probably
let's
upset.
go.
Yeah.
So they feel like they should be up more. The Mavs feel like they're probably lucky to only be down this much. So again, it's unstoppable force, immovable object. It's not going to be the same. Excuse me. Something's got to give. And before this starts, I'm going to go retrieve more fuel.
About to begin the third quarter. Hey, do you mind grabbing that energy drink in the refrigerator for me? Yes. It's the orange can in there. Yeah, thank you. Second half beginning to start in Oklahoma City. Again, winner of this game advances to Las Vegas for the NBA Cup semifinal. They will meet the winner of the Rockets and Warriors other quarterfinal in the Western Conference. The Milwaukee Bucks already advancing on the Eastern Conference side of things. They will meet the winner of tomorrow's game between the Atlanta Hawks and the New York Knicks. So Jalen Brunson trying to. How cool would that be if we got a Knicks Mavs NBA Cup final? Jalen Brunson versus Luka Doncic.
That'd be pretty
My
cool.
man. Thank you.
That'd be pretty cool. Let's see. Dallas has a three rebound edge, which some of that is just that they're making so many shots. So Oklahoma City didn't have as many chances to
Gafford
rebound.
starting over Lively?
Gafford starting over Lively, which
Okay. And his man just got an open 2-foot shot on the first possession. So that's pretty sick.
Is he hurt? Lively?
We are watching on mute. Let it be known. Chad, help us out.
Let's see here.
We got bug. I need to hang on you. Yeah. No, we're good.
Nothing as far as injury update when it comes to Derek Lively. So it looks like
Can't
Looks like-
say I saw anything
yeah.
in the first half that would warrant a Gafford start. But what do I know? A lot, actually.
I
why you
think
guys are listening to us.
Lively got the ball poked away once. He committed a turnover out of this high pass thing, whereas Gafford has been anecdotally. Gafford has been better in those situations where teams show against Luka, like right there.
But Lively has been
Luka
good, better.
Luka threw a bad pass, and
But
Gafford
Lively
still
has been
almost got
better
it.
in every other situation. He has 8 rebounds. He has a steal.
Yeah, I think
I feel you, Kavanaugh. Hit them corner threes. You're right about that.
I do like having Gafford out there with Luka, at least against this style. But out there with, I don't know if you need him in the first unit. That was the thing. Unless you like Lively matching up better with Kenrich Williams, because Williams is 3 of 3 from 3, and Gafford is not very good at getting out to shooters. And Kenrich is their backup 5.
That actually makes some sense. I don't hate that as an explanation.
Oh my God, we got a big wipeout. Major spillage. It's a
There
5
needs
on
to
3.
be a wide open. Okay, there needs to be a wide open shot. I was going to say a wide open 3, but that works as well. It's a nice pass from Quentin Grimes. But yeah, when you are literally playing 5-on-3 basketball, if you come up with anything other than an open shot, but they got an open shot.
My Jalen Williams less than is looking great.
And I will say that specific Gafford layup is the type that he is very good at, probably better than check your thing. You got paused.
Oh no.
Pass.
I'm trying. Oh shoot.
How much have you guys felt that Hartenstein's made a difference for them in tonight's game versus the last time?
Oh my God. Tanner, come save me. You need to take it off. I'm trying to get it synced, and we're having some issues.
Any thoughts on that?
What'd you say?
How much has Hartenstein made a
we're
difference for Oklahoma City tonight versus him not playing the last time against Dallas?
Huge difference.
Okay.
Yeah, very big difference.
Yeah.
Very good player. One of the most underrated in the entire NBA.
I mean, OKC gave
He's
him a
not
bunch of
paid
money.
like he's underrated, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. I guess now. Maybe not so much.
That's goaltending.
That's a big old goaltending.
Yeah.
That's what I used to do back in the day.
Oh, he was getting
All
up
right, we
that high
back,
for
we back,
goaltending
we
like
back.
that?
And I'll move it around if I need to. Okay.
Hey, Klay, smoking layups is not a good idea in this game, my guy.
Brother, he's old. That's what old people do.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Bullets just whizzing past. I feel like Neo right now. I feel like Keanu Reeves in this moment.
Oh, such a good movie. The
I
Matrix.
like Quentin
Oh.
Grimes doing one-man fast breaks. I am very glad against this team he pulled it back out. And then he did that.
Then he had a back.
Yeah, he pulled it back out a little too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need one of them Luka big third quarters here. I need, it's time to take over a little bit. Things are a little disjointed right now offensively.
Miles
for
says
Dallas.
Gafford punishes the doubles better. I don't really think it's wise that Oklahoma City keeps doubling. Dallas has got great looks and action and space off it almost every time. That's not where Dallas is turning it over. They're not turning it over on the doubles.
That was a quick Gafford shift. Jeez.
Yeah. Good callback, Katia, by the way. I see you. Mavericks
I like
getting-
from an offensive perspective starting Gafford. I just don't like it at all defensively. I just don't. He lost Hartenstein. He committed a goaltending. He let Shea step into a 15-footer.
Yeah,
like,
if the Mavericks
There's
go on-
two sides to the floor, man, and Lively's just so much better defensively in this game.
That's a bad miss, but that was a double off a pick and roll. It might have been a soft blitz, but they soft blitzed Luka out of a pick and roll. He slipped it to Lively. Lively turned, took his time, and found a wide open shooter. Yes, Quentin Grimes bricked it, but that's good offensive action coming off the double team.
timeout.
I don't know.
Dallas.
If Oklahoma City was just predicting that entire time that Quentin was just going to, miss that badly, but I don't know. I think that's good offensive action for Dallas, and I'm not positive Daniel Gafford finds the shooter there, but
Timeout Dallas as Oklahoma City opens up the third quarter on a 10-2 run, forcing a Dallas timeout as the Mavericks are down 67-56.
Basketball is the worst sport in the world.
If the Mavericks go on to lose this game, I would be interested to hear why Jason Kidd started Daniel Gafford in the.
I
in
don't
the
really,
second half.
honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really think it matters too much. But
I think as a reporter, I would not have even bothered. I wouldn't bother asking that question. I mean, Lively was back in 3 minutes into the quarter, so
he was
3.5.
a little mistake prone on defense. I will keep it $150 with you.
Who was Gafford?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
It was disgusting.
I think the reason is what we said is that Lively was not high pointing the ball, turned it over a couple times, and those slip out of the double team, but then Lively just aced it as well. It's. I would imagine that's the reason why, and ultimately it's the same. As long as Lively is getting more minutes, I don't really care who starts. I just thought it was odd, but it's a thing for us to discuss on this. It's not. I don't think it's going to be super relevant post game, especially if it keeps going this way. $33 3-point shots for Oklahoma City to just 19 for Dallas is rough.
All right. It's time to inject some optimism into this.
Okay.
Point of optimism number 1. Does the outcome of a basketball game really matter all that much? Like, if you think about
that's
it,
your best version of optimism.
if you think about it, we're all good.
I mean, the outcome of this game is going to determine if we do these watch-alongs ever again. No, I'm just joking. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Why is Kid not playing Najee or Dinwiddie? So Najee is on a minutes restriction. Sorry, I can't read your name. That's from Solo Serenity. Najee's on a minutes restriction. It was reported around 25 minutes, I think, is what his
Correct.
restriction is. Dinwiddie, I guess, like, you could play Dinwiddie over Grimes, but then you're giving up a lot on defense. Although, granted, I haven't really noticed Grimes on defense at all in this game either. Been a pretty bad Grimes game so far. But unfortunately, you have to play someone. And, oh boy. Yeah, I don't want to look at the score ever again.
Yeah, I'm
These things usually go one way.
Yeah.
Dort really is just like double fisting Luka's nipples from while he doesn't even have the ball.
Tanner, you know what to do. Thank you.
Gonna clip that one.
Like
Yep.
he's like full on. He's like forearming Luka's chest, dude.
I need that completely
What
out
are
of
you
context.
doing, man?
Completely.
Like what are you? He's got both. He's like doing the defibrillator on Luka. Like when he doesn't even have the ball. It's like you're so annoying. Don't you see highlights of yourself? Like it would be so embarrassing to look up and be like, oh yeah, that's me.
I mean, again,
Undercutting Brandon Ingram and ending his year calendar year, not season. I'm just gonna do the same thing again next game. Nice pass, by the way.
Luka, my gosh.
Oh boy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Good job. Oh boy.
Yeah, I think we're starting to reach a critical point in this game as the Thunder have opened up a 14-point lead after a second chance three-pointer by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, having them on an 11-0 run to get up by 14. As Kyrie puts an end to that 11-0 run with a nice little
Time to
shot off
sleep.
the
It's only 10 o'clock. Stay up. Don't go. The Mavs are only 4 3-pointers and 4 stops away from tying this.
And don't forget they were down 15 to the Memphis Grizzlies. Of course, made that comeback to win that game. So, but you got to get some stops here, and you got to quit turning the ball over.
Bobby, how much did the Mavs have to be down for you to start
5
talking about
three-pointers
Wicked?
and 5 threes now.
For me to what?
Start talking about
stops.
Wicked and just make this a Wicked podcast. Is that like 25 points?
Hit me up again in 10 minutes and I'll let you know.
got it.
Because we're at that moment of the game. Maybe 5 seconds. I think the other optimistic takeaway from this game is that all of the stands will have no ammo because both Luka and Kyrie have been so bad in this game so far that like neither stand base can
Yeah,
be
this
like
not your night.
if only one of them if only Kyrie would have helped Luka, or if only Luka would have helped Kyrie. No, buddy, they both have been really bad.
Yeah, this has been bad tonight.
But it's a great game plan for OKC. I mean, this is the difference between, having Caruso and having some size. The Mavs can't just kind of junk up the game they did, like the way they did, without Luka whenever they played a few weeks ago. They have to play honest to goodness basketball now, and it's been tough. So this is a really good experience for the Mavs, ahead of they play these guys, 2 or 3 more times this season?
3 more times.
Oh, my God, that's so much.
This is part 2 of a 5-part series.
That is a lot.
Yeah,
but it's good information to have. Like it's better to experience this now than in April or May or June.
You want to know something funny?
It better
Dallas
be funny.
beating Memphis and making it to the quarterfinals and the semis in a weird way. Not that weird. They now have a harder schedule the rest of the year. This game and then whoever you play, it doesn't really matter. Like it's 4 good West teams. So if you play whichever team loses tomorrow night's game from the West or wins, whichever team it is that you end up playing. Because if you win or lose, you're going to play one of them. You're going to play the winner or you're going to play the loser. But those are harder teams. If you had just lost, you would have had 2 way easier games on the schedule.
The other problem is that the other game is tomorrow.
That's
It's
right.
Golden State and Houston. Now, if Golden State wins, the Mavs will have to play
Jeez, that's a tough layup.
the Thunder and the Rockets 5 times this season.
Yeah. Like one of these opponents you're playing 5 times, and
It could, yeah. I mean,
could
it'll
be
be
two
it'll be
opponents.
both of them. Yeah, I mean, because
Yeah.
you're playing. I think Golden State's only on the schedule.
Remember
maybe
when
3
Dinwiddie,
times, but-
Spencer Dinwiddie, could not throw lobs? He has this he has a finger roll lob pass that I do not remember his first stint in Dallas. Granted, he did not have the bigs to throw them to like he does on this team.
oh boy,
dude.
Unnecessary turnover.
again the live ball turnovers.
It's like some Jameis Winston passes, man.
like it's just. It's
oh
too
my
much.
God! Timeout.
Yeah,
Please end my suffering.
timeout.
Resign
Dallas.
the game. You just sacked your queen for nothing. Resign the game. It's over. Take me home. Let's start the post game. Coming up on today's show, we're becoming a baseball podcast. It's DLS Mavs.
Mavericks outscored in the first 8 minutes, near 8 minutes of the third quarter, 20-9, as Isaiah Hartenstein's dunk gives the Thunder a 14-point lead. They're up 77-63 with 4:11 left in the third quarter. What was the opposite? What has been the opposite in this quarter versus the first half? Mavericks shot 50% in the first half against OKC so far in the third quarter. 30.8%. Meanwhile, the Thunder 52.6% so far here in the third. So not a great start for the Mavericks here in the third quarter here.
15 turnovers in the game, 29 points off those turnovers. OKC
mean,
has, doing some quick math here, 11 offensive rebounds. They have 9 second chance points. 5 of those, second chance points have come in the third quarter. So they have 7 points off turnovers, 5 second chance points. Hey, basketball is won and lost on the margins, and the margins ain't margins tonight. They are chasms.
Yeah, the Thunder already a +8 on the glass so far in the third quarter in nearly 8 minutes. So
I say this lovingly, but you said both Kyrie and Luka have been bad, and that's true.
Yeah.
Only one of them is getting double teamed.
that'll be Kyrie tonight.
Well, it's not wholly true. Obviously,
They're showing on Luka.
Yeah, they're showing on
Yeah.
Luka. They're soft trapping a little bit, but Luka's the player that I expect more of.
Yeah, no, I mean,
against
this
this
has been his worst game of the season by far. I mean, he's minus 18, and that's generous, honestly. He's
Yeah.
been completely unimpactful.
Yeah, this is very disappointing, especially after, as he was returning, it looked like he was really turning a corner, and have not seen it whatsoever tonight.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no, it's tough, man. I mean, you're bound to, obviously, let's be serious basketball analyst guy. Everyone has off nights, and OKC does put a lot of pressure on you. Like, ball pressure, Lou Dort is going to get under your skin. Like, he will literally put his hands in your jersey and make you really uncomfortable because he's just a really, really annoying person to play basketball against.
Or knee you in your thigh or something.
Yeah, and you're probably like half of you is worried that this might be your last game for 2 months because you never know when he's going to just decide to hurt you. But
With all due respect.
you have to play through that. So, but anyway, you're going to have stinkers. You are going to have stinkers. So just because you have a bad game doesn't mean you suck. It doesn't mean the Mavs are better without you or whatever. But like, it's just really unfortunate that this is your bad game.
Well, if you're a PJ Washington truther, this is a game for you because, man, the stark difference with him in and out of the lineup, obviously against this team in Oklahoma City, is being felt in a lot of ways tonight. I mean, the 17 rebounds he had in the first matchup against OKC, they could use some of those quite a bit right now as the Mavericks are down 16. 79-63 with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. We'll see if the Mavericks can make some kind of run over the last 4 minutes to kind of close this gap going into the fourth quarter here in OKC.
Such a tiny team. They're just so small. Isaiah Joe is their 4. They're so tiny. It's like it'd be adorable if it wasn't so annoying.
His haircut looks okay, though.
Yeah, it looks pretty sharp.
It's all right.
Where's Najee? Najee's on the floor. He's in the game. Honestly, I thought 4.5 was a pretty small spread. I'm not going to lie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I thought it was a respectful spread given the fact that Dallas has played so well against OKC and played
But I
well in
think
that building in particular.
the odds makers clearly did not watch the DLLS Mavs podcast yesterday or whenever that was, whenever we talked about how good PJ Washington is and how important he's been to this team. Like, you play without him, a lot of not that you're not going to turn the ball over, not that you're not. I mean, you're still losing if you play like this with him. But he is kind of the linchpin. And I like that's taking nothing away from Luka and Kyrie. Like, PJ has been like arguably their most impactful player this season.
PJ does make this game better. I'm not sure.
You're not winning with him.
Yeah.
No, you're not winning this game.
Like the
tonight.
2 or 3 things that have been most damning so far this game
is that right there.
I don't know,
Turnovers.
man. I don't know, man. That's an OKC turnover.
I mean, it's still a
Yeah, I
turnover.
know. Keep the
nonetheless.
ball high. Keep the ball high.
Yeah, like,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That is the best.
Keep the ball high.
Beautiful basketball. That is the best defense in the league. Historically great defense.
understand.
It's going to rip it on a drive to the rim. That's going to happen.
So you, okay. So then there's nothing we can do about it. You should just keep turning it over because that's just what they do. You shouldn't. You shouldn't try and limit any of the opportunities for them to take the ball away by keeping the ball high.
There's been a bunch of very unforgivable turnovers in this game. He was a step away from the rim. That was a layup. They just got his hand on it as he, made the move.
Right, and he's the second tallest player on the floor behind his own teammate. Like, just keep the ball high.
I mean, I would have to go rewatch it. A lot of times you literally can't do it when you're ripping through past somebody.
Like they had in the game when they went to OKC last time, 16 turnovers the whole game, which for the Mavs is quite a bit, but against the Thunder is very low.
No Caruso that game.
Yeah, no Caruso. They already have
Huge
15
difference.
in this game,
And
they didn't play with Luka in last game.
Caruso is by far their handsiest player in a very positive way.
He has 1 steal. He is there. I mean, he's an incredible player, obviously. He has
way more touches of the ball than he has steals recorded to his name.
Big deflections guy.
Yeah. Although pretty.
But like, you have to know if you're putting, like, again, scouting reports, if you're putting the ball on the floor against these guys, you have to know they're going to swipe it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be strong with it. You got to keep it high. You got to keep it tight. Like,
they've got 2 guys.
NFL
in the top
linebackers
10
are really
in
good at
steals
poking the
this
ball
year.
away. I guess we just shouldn't run anymore. Like, you have to take care of the ball. Like, that has to be top of your mind. Now, again, regular season game in a playoff series, you're thinking about this all the time, constantly. Like, your entire life is consumed by this, whereas this is just whatever day it is, Tuesday in December. Like, you have to know strong on the ball.
And forgive me, they have 3 guys in the top 10 in steals so far this year. Cason Wallace, Jalen Williams, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander all top 10 in steals per game this year. So this is a team that can get after the basketball. Mavericks down 12 with a minute and a half left in the third quarter as they're trying to cut into this deficit as they get ready for the fourth.
And again, a minute and a half behind on our stream. We are a little bit behind the national, the broadcast itself. If you're trying to directly watch along live with us, feel free to kind of sync it up with the score bug we're going to have in the corner as much as possible for the rest of this game, as long as you're willing to watch this game, which I understand. If some people at some point in the very near future may not.
I'm calling this into question myself. There you go. Keep it up.
I was going to say, kept it high that time.
That was a great
And look
play.
at the result. Look
Great
at that.
play.
Yeah.
And again, I don't mean to be a patronizing dick about it or anything, but it's just like you have to know these things. Like, again, Tuesday, December, all is forgiven. I'm just, I've eaten 4 slices of pizza and I've drank 2 beers. I'm feeling a little lethargic right now.
2 beers.
Right?
3 bears.
But like, that was a great play. That's a great play by Lively.
4 bears.
That was really bad defense.
Drink a beer every time Oklahoma City hits a 3 tonight.
I'm gonna pass out so soon.
Or take a shot every time Oklahoma City knocks down a 3, it feels like at this point.
And, I'm not psychoanalyzing whatever, but Luka going up against Lou Dort is always the most exasperated, annoyed, relieved when he gets a foul call. Like, Lou Dort is like Luka's public enemy number one for sure.
Yeah,
And that kind of thing, like whenever Luka's so demonstratively like relieved when he gets a foul call, that does mean he is thinking about it.
Dort is one of the few players in the league that has the size, I'm talking about from a bulk standpoint, to be able to deal with the physicality of a Luka Doncic. And, Dort has, over the years, given him fits. That's right, Mark, trying to help the emergency room out. That's right, Cam. You picked up what I was putting down on my Stone Cold Steve Austin reference there. I feel you, Cam. Appreciate you, man.
We're going to get a pre-switch. What do y'all think?
Here comes
Nope.
SGA. Nope.
It's a good contest.
Oh, no.
Oh, jeez.
Please box out. Please box out. Just box out. Please.
Well, they did not box out. So
They did not box out.
They did not.
Caruso's on the ground. He's oh no, never mind. That's for the pass. I was gonna say,
Bobby was about to lose it. Isaiah Joe.
I mean, obviously, what are you gonna do about that? But still,
Isaiah Joe knocks down a
box out, I'm not
3-pointer
allowed.
at the
That's true.
buzzer for the Thunder as the Thunder lead 90-73 going into the fourth quarter.
detail-oriented basketball. I'm not seeing a lot of dotted I's and crossed T's. I'm not, folks. This is when the teacher is gonna be like, "Man, I'm not giving y'all a curve on this test. You all bombed it. You got to own it. I'm not passing anybody."
So and I talked about this on the pregame show. So Dallas in these games, and Oklahoma City has Harden shooting back, but Dallas in these games has walled off the paint. That is how their defense is built, right? In pretty much every circumstance, they want to prevent you from getting those 2-point layups at the rim. Oklahoma City came out tonight, and they said, okay, have it. Have fun. We don't need the rim. They have taken 12 shots at the rim.
Oh, my God.
To put that another way, they have taken 16% of their shots at the rim. That is second percentile of every NBA game this season. They have abandoned the rim on purpose.
All those shots are just tip-ins,
Yeah.
and layups on fast breaks.
Yeah,
None of them have come within as the first shot.
Yeah, offensive rebounds. Like Harden has a couple offensive rebounds that he immediately went back up and dunked.
Yeah.
They abandoned the rim. They conceded that to Dallas. It is so clear that Dagnall and the Thunder's game plan coming into this game was, we don't care. Go take it away. Because in taking it away, you are going to give us too much space because every player on the team is, most of them are movement shooters to some degree. Maybe not movement, but relocation. These are guys who don't need to be fully set. They can be moving into a pass and just shoot it right there. There is a reason that they have gotten up 43 threes and, on pace for about 63s. Shooting 63s, it's not as... it's not unheard of in today's NBA.
That's still quite a lot. That's a lot.
You're, not quite, not quite on pace for, what are they on pace for? It's 43 through 3.
Almost 16.
That's 21 a quarter.
16, 14.
No,
14.3 more. So 57 or 58.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they are literally on pace for 57 or 58 threes. And Dallas has just not been sharp enough there. On the flip side, this is not a situation necessarily where it's just like, now we're guarding the 3-point line, because Oklahoma City would be very willing to adjust. Small ball 5 is certainly an option, but then you're giving up some advantage that Dallas does have, at least on the offensive end, theoretically. The rebounding differential. I think if PJ Washington is out there, I think the one big difference is you have a little bit more ability to trust that you're walling off the rim, even if your centers are really engaged at the 3-point line. That would be one difference, right? You also trust PJ Washington as a rebounder down there.
Yeah, but it's also, man, I mean, the book is out. I mean, the book is out on every NBA player. Everybody knows tendencies, but like,
By the way, real quick, Omax is starting in the third or the fourth quarter for Dallas.
whoever Luka is guarding and whoever's Kyrie is guarding and whoever Klay is guarding, those guys are just going to the rim, like for rebounds. It's not all Hartenstein getting these. I mean, it's, everyone has to give maximum effort.
Right.
And, the Mavs have, throughout the Kid era, and this is not a criticism of J-Kid, it's just the system that they play, but throughout the Kid tenure here, they've really struggled against teams that play 5 out because they're big man, whether it's Gafford. I mean, Gafford especially struggles in 5 out against 5 out teams, but even Lively, they want to protect the rim. They want to defend the rim. And so even if Hartenstein is at the free throw line or, high dribble handoffs, like it's tough for these guys that want to stay underneath to get out to these shooters. And then you also take into consideration, we don't want to switch Luka or Kyrie onto Shai. We don't want to do this or that. And then it just becomes even tougher.
That was a perfect example of Gafford sagging way off Isaiah Joe. I talked about this in the pregame show if you were there. And so give the ball to Joe. Gafford's so far off. And then instantly it flows into an Isaiah Joe DHO, designated handoff with Hartenstein, just kind of tossing him the ball. I didn't see who pursued him. I think it probably was Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie did a decent job in pursuit, but Isaiah Joe still gets a shot out of it, and Gafford's just kind of not in the play. And, I thought that was going somewhere else.
Need him to get 10 points.
Oh,
for those keeping score, Jalen Williams is under 2.5. Hartenstein has 10 rebounds. Luka has 15 assists plus rebounds. I need him to get, I think, 17. Dinwiddie has 9 points, and I need him to get 10. So if you're playing with me on Sleeper, we are so close to immortality. It'll make all of this pain and agony worth it.
And again, OKC is like 115, 160 offensive rating right now. This is the best defense in the NBA.
Yeah, they're just
historically good. This is historically good defense. But if Dallas could have eked out an average offensive night from this, they'd be right in this game. It's as because I was talking all about the threes. Like that's clearly Oklahoma City's game plan. They have not hit them at such a rate, and they have not got easy points elsewhere. When they're not shooting threes, they're relying heavily on mid-range stuff. They're not acing it, in that range either. All Dallas needed was kept it high there. Gafford did.
There you go.
All Dallas needed was an average defensive night, kind of maybe above average. But if they had an average defensive average defense or offensive night right now, it would be a 3 or 4 point game. So just want to point that out.
Already won my sleeper pick. Let's go, Elliot. Congratulations.
very nice.
I hope that it'll be 2 of us very soon. But, oh boy. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
let's continue to watch here as the Mavericks, as we are watching it, down 16 with 9:50 left in the fourth quarter, trying to get something going here for Dallas.
I'm hearing some weird drums in the deep right now. I think we might have awoken the Balrog.
You know about that?
Oh, dude, I can tell you all about the Balrog. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Nice pass by Gafford to
I don't know
Irving
how
in the corner
that.
for 3. I don't know how he got that.
I was
to him.
looking at the time on the clock, and I was like, I may have seen the chat doing a minor spoiler, and I was like, how is this about to result in that?
Oh.
Steal by Omax leads to Luka
Oh, my God.
Doncic. Okay, so Kyrie Irving knocks down back-to-back threes for Dallas. We've got a 10-point game all of a sudden as the Mavericks have closed to within a 97-87 deficit, forcing a timeout by Oklahoma City. Kyrie Irving with back-to-back threes. And the Mavericks are slowly trying to climb themselves in this game, outscoring the Thunder 14-7 in the first what is 4 minutes of the or 3 minutes, I should say, of the fourth quarter here. So
0 turnovers for the Mavs in the fourth quarter so far.
By the way, in that third quarter, Dallas had 19 points, Bobby. They already have 14 in the first 3 minutes of the fourth quarter already. So,
yeah, I mean, Dallas has to win the Shai-less minutes. They just have to. Shai is plus 20 tonight, which means they're minus 10 whenever he's off the floor. Which, obviously, this is just one game, but, I mean, you figure OKC has the depth to be all right without him, but they missed a couple shots, and, you know, Kyrie's hit a couple threes. You know, it's a lot like the Nuggets. Like, you have to win these minutes whenever their guy is off the floor because Shai tonight is on another heater. 13 of 20, 4 of 7 from 3. Dude is balling, so you have to win these minutes. You have to. And they are right now. I mean, and so you're in the same situation. It's kind of one of those things where it's like every time you want to try and make a comeback, you have to play perfect, and then you make a couple mistakes, and now you're right back down at the foot of the mountain. Like, the Mavs have to play mistake-free basketball. That doesn't mean you got to score every time. That doesn't mean you got to get a stop every time. But it means you have to limit or eliminate the number of times where you make their job easy. Catastrophic turnovers, putbacks, things like that.
Yeah, the Mavs have made this run here in the fourth quarter with no Klay Thompson on the floor. I see you in the chat already saying leave Klay Thompson on the bench. But the Mavericks are plus 7 in the first 3 minutes of the fourth quarter as they are now 97-87 with 8:55 left. Kyrie Irving back-to-back three-pointers has cut the deficit down to 10. So things getting a little more interesting. Appreciate all of you joining us here in the chat as well here on DLLS Sports and our first watch-along here for our DLLS Mavs podcast. So hopefully y'all have enjoyed it so far and really appreciate y'all hanging out with us. If you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe to DLLS Sports while you're here. And also download and subscribe to the podcast as well, where you get your podcast for free. Mark Stein is going to be joining us for our post-game show.
We're doing more recording after this?
Yeah, we have a whole post-game show.
We're going to be here all night
after this.
Oh, my God. Luckily, we got more pizza. How much more pizza do we have left?
It's all you guys.
Yeah, that's all you, man.
You think if the Mavs win, I might eat that whole pizza.
I like how you're doing the whole, beer to water ratio, keeping yourself hydrated. Good for you.
I'm not drinking much of the water.
Oh, you should do a little more than that. Make sure you're hydrated, man, because we need you for another few
I
hours.
drank so much water today.
Oh, you feel good?
The thing is, like, you don't want to like chug right before you start because then you're gonna have to go to the bathroom a lot. And I want to be here enjoying the game with y'all, enjoying this masterpiece.
This masterpiece.
This is the NBA Cup, damn it.
What did Will Hardy call that one time that the Utah played?
A masterpiece of dog bleep.
That's a fantastic line, man. Will Hardy's had some really good quotables over the last couple of years. Head coach of the Utah Jazz. He's a funny guy. Shai back in the game and immediately knocks down a three-pointer.
Tight. Love it.
For Oklahoma City.
And proof that the game plan for Oklahoma City was that they were going to shoot threes. Shai has shot 8 threes. That is very unusual for him. It is so clearly, just very obviously, the game plan.
Tough shot by Luka. Good gracious.
Yeah, for him to take that many, and I mean make that many, what? It's kind of like guarding Shai is not like guarding Luka because he can just do some different stuff, but much like guarding Luka, if I'm the opposing coach and Luka takes a three, I'm like, yep, cool.
Yeah.
Our job is done,
Nice block by Gafford.
But
yeah, I mean, if Shai becomes a volume three-point shooter and starts to knock him down.
Omax?
Omax? Let's
go.
Somebody called for the Omax Legacy game earlier in our chat. Show yourself, whoever you were.
Hey, it's been a good Omax game. I gotta say he's been pretty good. He looks under control.
Jason Kidd's been mic'd up the entire night.
We got.
Yeah, they keep showing him on this little side-by-side thing, which is annoying. I would
agree.
much rather watch the entirety of the game.
Yeah,
I agree. Whoa. Okay. If we're just gonna do that, that's fine.
but yeah, if Shai becomes a consistent three-point shooter, there isn't much defensively you can do with him at that point because he's always been good at getting downhill. He's devastating in the mid-range, and if he becomes a quality three-point,
That's a little strong in his mid-range.
What? What you mean?
Devastating, Omax?
No, I'm talking about Shai.
Oh,
yeah, I'm talking about Shai.
Oh,
I'm talking about
okay.
SGA. Yeah,
I was like, this is really.
no.
I legitimately thought you were talking about Omax.
Come on, man. No,
And we're Omax fans. You know, we want him to, but it was right after Omax had made the three, and I'm like,
no. I was finishing at the point that Bobby was starting to talk about with.
Okay, my bad. I understand now.
With Shai, but
I was really confused. Actually, that I don't know what Lucas Barber was doing. I mentioned that his haircut looked. That's such a cop haircut. What are you? Yeah. That's not a good haircut.
But yeah, if Shai becomes a consistent 3-point shooter, I mean, there's not a lot the defense is going to be able to do with him at that particular point. I mean, he's already averaging almost 30 a game as it is so far this year. So,
Man, his handle was really loose. It's first game back in a while, but still.
Mhm.
It always is though. He Najee is a high dribbler.
Mm.
It works for the most part.
All right, we're getting to a very interesting point in this game now as the Mavericks, as we are watching it with 6:44 left, are down by 10, 102 to 92. If they're going to make a push, it's got to start. It's got to start right now. Come on, man. Now, hold on. Now, wait a minute. That just really made me upset. That really made me. Did you see how Shai put his arm out to coax Luka into hooking him for that defensive foul? Am I the only one that saw that?
I wasn't paying attention, to be honest.
Yeah, that's
it really is. I understand why it's upsetting that someone would use Luka's own move against him.
Well, I'm saying, like, that's foul merchant at its best right there. Like, you can literally see Shai put his arm out and go like this to hook his arm inside of Luka's to be able to draw the foul. Like, I mean, it's understanding, I guess, how the officiating works, but my gosh. Like, that's foul merchant hunting at its best, but whatever. I'm just starting to get upset now, I guess. I don't know.
I don't think they're going away from Kyrie. Someone said in
Oh
the
my
chat.
God.
It's more that Kyrie has really struggled to get it going tonight.
God.
Like he's struggled to find his own shots, and when he made those 2 back-to-back threes, they just came within the flow of the offense. I mean, I don't disagree that it, but like just on that last play, they did that, and then they left a double team up there, and so Kyrie passed out of it. It was, it's Oklahoma City does not like allowing Kyrie to be in one-on-one situations with anybody other than like Alex Caruso. And if Alex Caruso was guarding Kyrie, typically what the Mavericks do in a situation like that, when you've got a stud defender, is they call up a bunch of pick and rolls to get that switch onto a weaker defender. It's not just that there are weaker defenders on Oklahoma City, even though almost all of them are good. But if you're drawing that second player into the action, that's when OKC is just doubling every time. So you don't really, Kyrie's amazing. You really don't want him going one-on-one against Alex Caruso. Like there's maybe five players in the NBA that I would say that about when it comes to Kyrie Irving, that I just don't want to see him ISO against them. And Alex Caruso is one of those players. And Oklahoma City is not allowing him to go up against other players. Now, what you could do, and Dallas isn't getting stops right now, is get him transition stuff, get him fast break looks. But that's where, Dallas is not getting the stops enough and, turning it over themselves.
Thunder up what is 107 to 92 with 5:58 left in the fourth quarter. Mavericks have pulled it to within 10 at 97 to 87, but the Thunder used a quick 10-5 run to push the lead back up to 15, capped off by a Cason Wallace alley-oop dunk off the assist from Alex Caruso.
Najee Marshall's also at 24 minutes. His minute total, as given by Jason Kidd before the game, was 20 to 25 minutes. So if you're sticking with that, he's got to come out. Now, maybe you push through, and maybe Najee's like, Coach, I'm good. I can play some more. Although he has not looked amazing the last few minutes, I'd say. He definitely is. Someone pointed at Don in the chat said Najee not 100%, which is kind of what triggered me to start saying this. But, especially, earlier on, people were saying, what if you went small ball and matched them small ball? And I think Dallas would have done that at one point if PJ was healthy, if he was available tonight. But I just don't think that Dallas has the personnel to go small. You could put Quentin Grimes and Omax out there, I guess. You could put Kyrie, Luka, Klay, Quentin, Spencer Dinwiddie. And now, again, maybe Najee just, can power through. Maybe his minutes total is something you throw out because it's a winnable game, although
this game is not winnable.
Yeah, it's not winnable now.
Pull the starters. Just sit them all. They don't need to play
quite frankly, that's at this point, that's the right
You've
option.
played a ton of games. You've traveled a bunch of miles. There is no point in playing these guys at this point. Like, it's white flag time for me.
Najee's going to lead the team in scoring.
I need Dinwiddie to get to 10. Where's Luka at? 16. Don't set the starters yet.
Luka's at 12.
No, 11 rebounds and 5 assists. I need him at 17 and a half, I think is the more than, or 16 and a half or something.
Oh, boy. That's an offensive foul on Derek Lively on the screen attempt there, and another turnover.
Don't talk about the refs hardly ever. And I don't tend to think that I think Dallas tends to get the benefit, and or at least a lot of their players get the benefit a lot of the times. I don't think Lively gets a very good whistle.
I think a lot of their players get a benefit. I think Luka does.
I think Luka does. I guess I just meant Luka. I don't think Lively gets a good whistle on moving on screens.
They changed the area of emphasis on that to where your base can't be wider than your shoulders, which that is a very inconsistent way of
it's very subjective
measuring, and it's not called very often, but it is called a lot on Lively in particular.
Right,
but it's the same kind of guy.
But now it's an infant.
Yeah, it's the guy that's like, oh, I see a leg, I'm just gonna fall down.
Right.
Like I'm just gonna dive and wince, and that.
It's also like literally his body type makes it look more avert.
He's not very broad-shouldered.
Yeah.
Whereas Gafford is like,
yeah, like legitimately, I think the body type contributes to it. I don't think that at all times I think it's more subliminal than picking on Lively just because he's a young player. I think like someone like Draymond Green or Gafford, like you said, just makes it look more legal than other players.
Why does or why doesn't everybody hate Luka? Harun, because I don't think any of us hate Luka. I mean, he's having a bad game.
Yeah, and I
mean, he's been bad tonight. Like,
yeah, me
just
acknowledging that he gets. I think he tends to get a good whistle.
He gets a lot of foul calls.
Yeah, and I know Luka, and certainly at times he doesn't get all as many foul calls as he should, and I know Luka believes he should get more, but I that's just my assessment is that I do think that he generally gets a lot from the whistles. That's not a bad thing. It's just an assessment of he's very good at drawing them. I don't know.
OKC is just punished.
But they weren't even the person in the chat wasn't even talking about us. They're talking about the TNT broadcast.
Oh, okay.
By the way,
Kirk Henderson and Jason Gallagher did a good podcast talking about this on Pod Maverick. They just talked about like media narratives surrounding Luka.
Sidestep 3, okay.
By the way, OKC just killing Dallas on the offensive glass tonight. They're a +10 on the offensive glass tonight.
Am I serious? Yes. I think Luka gets a good whistle. Yes, I am serious.
Yeah, he's been like top 5 in free throw attempts his whole career.
And I have written about this. He draws so much contact that yes, it's there are going to be moments. I think that he. Sorry, I got kind of watching the game. Yes, I think generally he gets a lot of whistles, and I think the free throw totals, tell that out, and I think he gets stuff. I think the sign of getting a good whistle is that when you are clearly foul baiting, as every superstar in the NBA does, are you getting whistles on that or not? And I think more times than not, Luka is getting those whistles when he is leaning in, when he is the one initiating contact. I think that if you math it out, he's getting that contact more off. Like he's getting the whistle in his favor more often when he's the initiator. Every single superstar initiates contact. It is a skill. I think he does it a little bit too much at times. especially when he's frustrated. I thought he did it too much in the first half tonight. But yeah, generally I do think he gets a good whistle.
Oh, wow.
As we're watching, Luka Doncic gets fouled on a 3-point make as Lou Dort draws the foul. Luka Doncic knocking down a 3-pointer at the top of the key.
That's
off
a
the glass.
crazy shot.
Yeah.
It's a very Luka shot. That is a crazy shot.
I think I'm not going to hit my Dinwiddie. 3 of 9, 9 points. He's not getting back in this game, probably, right?
If they pull the starters, maybe. I mean, they would not pull. They would pull to the bench.
This is the worst day of my life.
Yeah, is that the only one you have left?
No, Luka too. But
You can't give up that offensive rebound.
Yeah, it's just been.
And it's like, I'm not. It's just that's a brutal one to give up. Is all I'm saying. I'd have to rewatch it before I'm like blaming someone, and by someone I mean, Kyrie was the guy on that. I don't know if Kyrie could have done a slightly better job initiating that box out further away from the rim. He's going to get out-leaped by Cason Wallace. That's just a fact. The question is whether he could initiate that box out and keep Cason, 10 feet from the rim instead of the 7 feet, which allowed him to jump up and just snatch that.
it's a good pass. Take it.
Also, the more I think about this, I understand, this is still in, 99% going to be a Thunder win. I think given there's tournament implications on the line, they talked about how that was important to them, and they're about to have a bunch of days off. You just let the starters close it out. As long as it's not, you miss this and they hit another 3.
Yeah,
maybe you can call it, but you have to, because you talked about how important the cup implications are to you, you have to basically treat the minute rotations as a playoff.
It would have been
game.
sick if they would have played like it was important.
That would have been true.
Lou
I will
Dort.
say for Najee, who was way over his minute total, I do not he was the Mavs' best player tonight. And
First half, he was very good.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then he faded on the stretch. So I am grading him before he hit his exhaustion curve.
14 points his first 8 minutes. He was great. After that,
That's fair.
dude.
Lou Dort hits the dagger to make it 116-104 with that 3-pointer at $1:49 left in this game, and the Mavericks have officially waved the white flag as they have subbed out Luka Doncic, Derek Lively, among others, as the game has been conceded officially by Jason Kidd and his squad tonight, as the Mavericks will fall to the Oklahoma City Thunder in the NBA Cup quarterfinal. Again, the Mavericks waving the white flag at 55 seconds left as
No Dinwiddie.
Jay-Z and Gortman,
All right,
Max
I already lost
Prosper,
anyway. It's Jover.
and others come in. And the Mavericks 7-game winning streak will come to an end tonight in Oklahoma City.
When do we find out when's their game? When's the makeup game? This is important for the rest of our week schedule.
We will not know that until after the completion of tomorrow's game
oh my god!
Oh my lord!
between the Rockets and the
Oh
the
my god,
Warriors.
dude! We got to let Tanner know
Score
when
bug.
he's going to be doing TCU.
Score bug.
So yeah,
We got to do shows on Thursday and Friday at a time that is unknown to us.
that is unknown to us right now.
What
So-
we're trying to say is that we specifically have the hardest jobs in the world.
It's so
and
true.
You should feel bad for us. Maybe send us a super chat. Maybe don't send us a super chat. Just Venmo me directly.
I mean, they
Don't do that. I won't
left the
accept
day for the makeup game
Joking.
is either Thursday, Friday, Sunday, or Monday.
correct.
How could you possibly need 4 days of opportunity for 2 games?
We still got
how does that even make sense?
we still got 2 more quarterfinal games to play tomorrow.
I'm no expert on jet paths and weather patterns, time
I need
zones.
to know if I can go to my friend's birthday hangout on Friday.
Yeah, am I having Friday off or not?
Right. I think you probably invited too.
I have so many friends, it's hard to say.
Yeah. What is so many to you? Like 7?
There are 88 psychopaths in here hanging out with us. Y'all are legends. Seriously, you're legends.
No, really, we appreciate y'all.
Should we just start the process of signing off since we got a show to do after this?
The game is over, actually.
Yeah, let's do it then.
The Mavericks fall to the Oklahoma
I need to
City
make the final score
Thunder,
graphic.
118 to 114. As
No,
the Mavericks,
no, don't give them credit. 104.
What did I say?
114.
Oh, I'm sorry. They lost
Classic
by 14.
mainstream media lies.
They lost by 14.
Unbelievable.
118 to 104. The Mavericks fall to the Oklahoma City
You keep
Thunder.
this up. I'm gonna, as the journalist here, I'm gonna have to take over.
Well, you can go ahead and sit on right here then if you want. Go ahead and have this chair.
Mark,
on
You
the
and I,
side.
we
Mark
can
Stein just
finish
showed
the
up,
pizza,
so.
KJ. We can eat the pizza and have a good time and let Tim and Stein do the show after this.
We will be starting our
Catastrophe.
post-game show momentarily here on the DLLS Mavs
Okay,
podcast.
like 10 minutes.
So
15.
come back with us in about 15 minutes here on the DLLS Mavs post-game show as the Mavericks fall 118 to 104. We'll break it all down here. Our national NBA insider, Mark Stein, going to be joining us live in studio as well. Really appreciate you joining us here on our watch along. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on your way out the door. And come back with us here in about 15 minutes at 11 o'clock for our DLLS Mavs post-game show. We'll see y'all then.
See ya.
We all silly like the mayor.